In the void of space, two Saiyans receive word that Frieza's been killed. Looks like we get to go home after all. Destination changed. New location, Planet Lumbar. The pair are so excited to be back on their native planet, they decide to have a race home. I won. No surprise, I always win. You cheated, you took off before I said go. Alright, we'll have a rematch someday, you sore loser. A woman shouts the protagonist's name from below, demanding Doru get down there and give her a hug. Turns out it's his mom. And just like any mother, gives him a good smack for not keeping in touch. So good, in fact, it ends up breaking his scouter. Broko, the gentleman still in the air, gets a good laugh out of this until she threatens to smack him too. Deciding he doesn't want any of that, he chooses to take his leave now. Laughing off the situation, Doru's mother says she's gonna cook him a nice meal and they're gonna get rid of that armor. Being free from Frieza's tyranny, Broko decides to get rid of his scouter as well. Deciding it's been far too long, he decides to go talk to his mother too. Landing at her gravesite, he tells his mother that he's missed her and that they're finally free of Lord Frieza. And now he also has time to settle down for a family of his own. Doru gets plenty to eat and gets a more modern change of clothes. His mother goes on to explain that they're just like the clothes his father used to wear and how she misses him, when they're suddenly interrupted by a loud bang from outside. Quickly thinking and decided against that it could be Broko, he finds a large crater in his backyard. At the center lies a mysterious spaceship. The capsule opens and inside is an injured alien begging for help. Without hesitating, Doru offers to give his assistance to the visitor, but we're quickly made aware to his malevolent intentions. While flying him to someone who can help, the alien gets in a sneak attack. Doru tries to play pacifist and gets sent flying through the air.
He's so strong. What's going on?
Well, weaker than I expected. I'll finish you off and then I'll find your Saiyan friend. Then he can share the same fate as you. With Doru seemingly destroyed, the invader takes off in search for the other one. After hours of looking, he decides that he's had it. He's gonna make the Saiyan come to him instead. He begins to slaughter a village and sure enough, his plan works. Who are you and what do you want? Are you ready to suffer the same fate as your Saiyan friend, Doru? Broko tells him that if he's struggling against him, he had no chance against his friend. The invader decides he's had enough of these games and sends Broko into the ground. Getting in a shot point blank, Broko can't even phase him. The alien goes on to say, "Do you understand now, you fool? It was fun while it lasted, but now it's time I get rid of you and I paint this planet red with the blood of your weakling friends." Unfortunately, Broko's rage can't propel him and he finds himself on his back once more.
Why? Who are you?
Well, I guess I can let you know the name of the person that took you down before I kill you. The name is Sega.
Why are you doing this?
Why, you ask? I remember it like yesterday, when those three tailed warriors came to my world. They claimed to be prospectors, said they came in peace. My people welcomed them with open arms. I was just a young child when they came, but I knew right away something wasn't right about them. And just as I expected from them, a few short hours later, they turned on us and began to slaughter my people. They said that the Kotori, our planet's most plentiful resource, was now the property of Lord Frieza. But they brushed aside our warriors like wind would a flickering candle. They left me orphaned on a dead world, the damn Saiyans. They stole my life, my family from me. I will never forgive them. Sega, huh? Stupid name if you ask me. You! The two get into a short back and forth before going at it. Sega thinks to himself that this guy's much more powerful than he initially thought, but there's no way a Saiyan has any chance against him. He checks on Broko, who says he just needs a moment to rest and he'll be back in the action to help him. Flying over, he asks the invader, "What's wrong? Are you stunned or have you just accepted the fact you can't beat me?" Quite the opposite. The alien said he just thought he'd give him a moment to say goodbye to his friend. Predicting he was just gonna jump back in the fight anyway, he kills Broko on the spot. Rushing over to his friend and ally, he realizes it's already too late. Enraged, the young man transforms into a Super Saiyan, quickly taking the advantage of the fight and almost delivering a finishing blow. Ha! Come out! I know I missed you, so why don't you just come out already? Exchanging minor pleasantries, the half-Saiyan goes back to whooping on the alien.
Huh. Well, what do we have here?
In Otherworld, it seems Broko has made it to the front of King Yema's line, and has kept his body. Yema assumes that he'd like to go train with South Kai now. Before he can even answer, a mysterious woman shows up. She says that yes, in fact, that she would like to personally request that South Kai train this man. While her title is yet to be explained, her name is Ashu. But Yema explains that South Kai is busy and requested not to be disturbed at this time, but he himself can train this man if she so desires. She gladly accepts and teleports away. Sega thinks to himself that the transformation he's been working on is not yet ready, and he shouldn't use it in battle. He knows he needs to come up with something quick, and that's when he remembers something. But first, he needs an opening. He knows this may only distract him for a second, but that's all he'll need. An explosion occurs in the distance, catching him off guard for that 1 second. Using the explosion as a distraction, Sega gets in a good hit on our hero. Oddly enough, he collects a bit of his blood and puts it into the device on his wrist. What a sucker punch! Trying to run away, Sega thinks to himself, that kid won't know what hit him when I return. Beating him to his own ship, Doro blasts it. This ends right here, right now. No more games. No! Stop! The ship appears to have deflected the beam back at Doro as Sega lands another hit. Fool, you would fall for that. Like I would actually bring a pod that couldn't deflect your blast. This shield is actually quite advanced. I wouldn't expect a simple-minded Saiyan like you to understand. I'll be returning in 1 year's time. When that happens, you will die. Not as I planned. When I come back, I'll have that boy's head on a platter. Ugh. Damn, I had him. I can't believe I let him get away! I'm such an idiot! That's when Doro hears somebody call his voice. It's the old lady from King Yama's check-in station. She tells him to stop wasting time whining. He needs to train because that guy's gonna come back even stronger next time. Train? I could have beat him no problem. And I would have if that stupid ship didn't deflect my blast. The old lady calls Doro cocky and says that would have been the 3rd time that he bested him, so he really better get to training. That's when Doro comes to the realization that everybody's gone, asking where everybody is, including his mother. The old lady says that his mother, Aniko, is the one that led everybody to safety. They're all fine. In fact, she spoke to his mother just a while ago to let her know that he's gonna be training with her for a while. Having enough talk, the old lady says, come on, let's go now. About an hour later, the pair find themselves in a mysterious place. Welcome to my home. From here, I can sense everything that goes on this planet. Wow, I would have never thought a place like this was here. Why didn't you tell me? All these years I thought you lived in that hut by the mountains. To protect my sacred land, of course. Now follow me. Wait, you can at least tell me where we're going and what this place has to do with my training. I was going to get some tea first. I'm thirsty. But if you must know, I will tell you. Like I told you before, I'm the Guardian. And have been for 500 years. The old lady goes on to explain that there was a guardian before her. His name was Makara, and he was a Namekian from planet Namek. During his time as guardian, Makara created this lookout, but mostly she's brought him here to get him away from all the distractions to make sure he actually trained. I got it now. But I don't feel like training, I have too much on my mind. Going on a short tantrum about how he got Broko and all the other innocents killed before the old lady stops him. Hey, calm yourself down. There's something else, I wasn't finished yet. Now, where was I? Oh, pooh, I lost my place. Going on to say that he was a Namekian that crashed here with his father. As a kid, his father was hurt badly and eventually died. The Guardian at the time, my father, saw the potential in the young Namekian, so he took him in and taught him everything. After a year or two of him being here on Lumbar, he created these small orbs he called Dragon Balls. He said he made them out of instinct. He felt like he was supposed to. But these were no ordinary orbs. They were special. If you gathered all 7, you would be granted 3 wishes from Azor, the dragon who lived within him. But over the years, word of these balls got around. And when evil people found out, they attacked the tower that my family lived on. They killed my father in search of their whereabouts. I was just a little girl, but I watched as Makara became enraged. As he began to power up, the sky darkened. The men saw this and they ran, but he quickly caught them and saw to it they were locked away forever. He tried to use the balls to wish the Guardian back, but the dragon told him he could not do this because he did not wish to return. He said that it was his time to go, and that Makara would figure it all out. Along with me being far too young to take on the role, he stepped up and became Guardian. He created this new lookout and began to train me to one day become Guardian myself. Great, so where are they? Where are what? These Dragon Balls? Oh yes, the Dragon Balls! The balls shared the life of their creators, so when he passed, so did they. In fact, the old lady only had one of them in her possession when they turned to stone. In this state, they're completely useless. So why did you bother telling me this stupid story then if there's no... Wait, what did you call him? A Numerian? Namekian. Yeah, Namekian. There are no Namekians here, so there's no hope! I'll kill him for this! As Doro screams to the sky that he'll never forgive him for what he's done, the old lady has an idea. I'm not going to live forever. I'm going to need a successor. So I'm going to go to planet Namek and ask they send a Namekian back with me to train alongside of me and take my place when ready. Re-energized, Doro thinks that maybe this Namekian can make the Dragon Balls, and that way they can get everybody back. The old lady says she'll leave after they start his training. Excited, Doro jumps into the air, but with a flicker of the finger, he comes crashing down to the planet. Ouch! Hey, what happened? Why am I so heavy? I didn't say it was going to be easy. Explaining she's attached weighted clothing to the boy. Optimistic, Dora says that it's not that bad, it just caught him off guard is all. She says she expects him not to only reach his normal speed in these, but to exceed it. Well, how am I gonna do that? With the proper training, of course, which you'll begin starting today. Oh, okay, a little bit of exercise, running and stuff, that's easy. With a bit of frustration, she begins to walk away before telling him to follow her. Going through the woods, they find themselves at a beautiful palace. Whoa, this place is neat. It looks like a miniature castle. Yes, Makara had great taste. I told you he built this place, right? Arriving at a pillar, the old lady presses a button. Outward comes a pot of some sort. This is where you'll be training. Huh? Is there a special training room or something? Huh? Yes, and this jar. Are you crazy? I can't fit in there. Come, take a look. The same exact room, only it's empty. Whoa, Ashu, what is this place? It's called Farakai. A flip world, if you will. Flip world? Yes. Within this jar is an exact copy of Planet Lumbar, but unlike out here, the gravity inside fluctuates, going up to 150 times greater than normal. The temperatures inside are also quite fickle, and though time may flow like a trickle out here, within this jar, time surges like a river. I'm sending you here so you may train without restraint. You won't be burdened with the fear of destroying our world in here. While you're inside, I will go find a Namekian for us. Right, but how do I get inside? Stick your hand inside the jar. Stick my hand inside the jar? Amazing! It really is exactly the same. So wait, I'm in the same place I was before, only it's not the same? Yeah, it definitely looks the same. Oh well, I guess I better start training. Huh? Is that a kitchen? I knew it! I should eat before I start this training stuff. Whoa! Each item I grab instantly restocks itself. That boy is definitely a Saiyan. Always hungry. I suppose I'll let him eat before his training begins. Deciding to get started on her own journey, she decides to go pay South Kai a visit to find the Namekians. On South Kai's planet, South Kai himself can be seen relaxing while a bunch of other warriors are seen training. Ah, Shu, it's been quite a while. What brings you to my wonderful home? Ashu proceeds to explain the situation. Oh, those are the green guys with the little antenna, right? Correct. I see. And what might you need the Dragon Balls for, if you don't mind me asking? Are you even doing your job? How do you not know what's been going on? This outburst brings the small planet to a standstill. I've been so busy training, I guess I just forgot to check in on my half of the universe. Oh, stupid me. Where may I be able to find the Namekians? I don't know. That's North Guy's territory. He should know. Why don't you go ask him with that? With no further words, she teleports out of there. That was a close one. That lady is scary. North Kai's planet. Ashu asked King Kai the same question, but he actually turned out to be rather helpful. Back in the Farakai, training for Doro seems to be going great. He's not even noticing any of the elemental gravitational changes. Whoa, all this training sure does make me hungry. Time to eat. What? The cabinets are empty? Where did all the food go? And now on New Namek. Ugh. Hello, I didn't mean to startle you. Oh, I apologize. We've had some troublesome visitors in the past. Forgive me for being a little on the nervous side. Who might you be? My name is Ashu. I'm the guardian of Planet Lumbar. I wish to speak to an old friend. I have a request to make. Oh, who is it you're looking for? Guru, can you take me to him?
I grow weary of this sickening peace. Entertain me, mortals. Fight!
In what appears to be Otherworld, an unfamiliar god loses his temper as an angel pours what appears to be seeds into his hand and throws them into the air. Almost instinctively, the god rushes towards them and snatches them mid-flight, before realizing what just happened and says,
I hate when you do that. I'm not your pet.
Ignoring this grievance, the angel replies with, I propose we hold a tournament, Soaira-sama, who instantly afterwards realizes that he stepped on his headdress.
You know as painfully well as I do that there is no one who can entertain me through battle, save for that lazy, hairless cat who calls himself the god of destruction. He's asleep right now, isn't he?
Yes, my lord. But I never said you'd be participating, Soaira-sama. You can spar with the winner should they prove worthy of any sense.
Fair enough. But where would we find these combatants? I do not wish to watch weaklings in a scuffle. It must be powerful beings, so that there is blood that dances in the air with each hit that strikes their opponent.
Yes. Blood.
Any weak beings, such as humans, are far out of the question, mind you. Do not waste my time even considering them, Fearlob.
How about a hybrid then? Do you remember the child whose powers I sealed away all those years ago?
Indeed I do.
16 years ago.
The strange and special god. The Lombardian god, yes?
That's correct, Soaira-sama. The one whose golden key was displaying even in his mother's womb.
I do not care for such details.
The one who is the spitting image of what the legend described.
White hair with a small hint of blue hue.
Fear.
Eyes as golden as the sun's fire.
Fear.
And skin that was fairly pink.
FVBS!
Yes, sire?
Shut up!
Oh. A woman in the room comments on how troublesome this child is, saying that he takes too much after his father. However, he is darling. Ashu enters and says that she's still surprised that the new Lombardian god is a Saiyan Lombardian hybrid, of all things. Asking if she's come to see the baby, Ashu says, "Of course! Now give him here!" The others in the room laugh at what a grandma Ashu is. "Oh, what a precious child! Come now, let's get some fresh air." The others think that's a great idea. "Here, let's get you cleaned up." As something falls from the sky and vibrates the surrounding area. The smoke clears and it's the god and his angel. "We have arrived, sire."
Finally!
Ashu instantly goes into defense mode, charging up a key attack as Fear quickly tries to apologize. "Ah! Heavens no! We nearly landed on some people!"
You mean you nearly landed on them?
"My deepest apology for the..." As the angel lies on the ground, Dora's mother demands to know who these men are. As Ashu gets ready to attack again, he stands up. Wait, please! You needn't fear us. We mean you no harm. Rumor has reached our ears that a Lombardian god has been born on this planet some months ago. We merely wish to see this child. Allow me to introduce ourselves. This is Soira-sama, the god of war, and I, his humble servant, FVBS. Ashu explains that she's the guardian of Lumbar and apologizes for the key blast. Nonsense, I deserved it, having nearly brought harm to such a lovely woman, a precious child, and her companions. Ashu, what a beautiful name, fitting of a woman of equal beauty. Ashu can only stand there uncomfortably at the angels flirting as the girls giggle in the background. That's when Soira steps in.
I have come a long way from my temple to your little planet, and I'm not impressed with this planet or its inhabitants thus far. A Lombardian god here?
That's when the baby catches the god of war's attention. Ashu asks if they may hold a feast for the mighty god of war and discuss everything over a nice meal.
Very well, little woman. You may have this honor. I am quite hungry from our long journey. A feast sounds delightful.
Ashu assembles a group of Lombardians as they prepare a banquet. As she steps back to supervise, one of her friends from earlier asks if she found FVBS charming. More or less teasing her, of course. She says, "I don't know what you're getting at." "Oh, come on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. How he knelt down and kissed your hand even though you blasted him in the face? What a gentleman. And it's obvious that he likes you. Isn't there something you should be doing right now? We understand that you're very busy as this planet's guardian, Ashu, but while he's here, why not have a little fun?" You too, Anakiko. Telling her to go and saying that she doesn't have time for such things.
No! 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 This will not do! Bring out more plates, and if need be, retrieve another table. I refuse to be the same as that purple cat! Come, we shall all take part in this humble little feast you have prepared.
And those fools wonder why I chose him. Everybody then takes their place at the table. What? A Saiyan hybrid? Really? Furthering that Broko and Coley are hybrids too. The young child seems less than pleased to have calamari on his plate, straight up pushing it away, before laying his eyes on a cob of corn. Anakiko comments how she can't believe the god of war wants to eat with the likes of them. Oh, Soira-sama is very generous, except for a few food items. The few things he will not give out freely to others are seeds, grains, and—
Little fiend!
Corn. Soira gets into a tug of war with the young child before swinging him across the table, but he's still reluctant to let go, staring each other down.
Unhand it, child.
Able to catch him off guard, Osira comes crashing down to the table itself. As the baby gets a kick out of this, Osira decides he's had enough and yanks it out of his hands, quickly devouring it before giving him back the bare cob. As the baby begins to cry, somebody goes into Mother Hawk mode before Osira generates a small key ball.
Oh, hush, child.
Which cheers him up almost instantly. Like a cat to a laser pointer, Osira guides the baby off the table, then sends the ball into the air, having it explode like fireworks. Everybody comments on this beautiful spectacle. That was marvelous, Osira-sama. But as tremors begin to consume Doru, his mother grows concerned. That's when Doru transforms into an Ozaru. Such power!
From a child?
From the look on Ashu's face, it allures she's seen this before. Everybody clears out as the god of war charges an attack, but Anakiko comes rushing over saying, "No! Don't hurt my baby, please! Let me try to calm him down!" Rushing over, she has Osira's attention. Shouting out for Doru to look at mommy, she begins to make funny faces. Just like any infant would, he falls over laughing and clapping his hands.
She tamed the beast?
That's when Doru transforms into what appears to be Super Saiyan 4.
You may have prevented a rampage, but this power level is unacceptable in one so young.
Osiris begins to charge yet another attack before it suddenly slips from his hand.
He absorbed my ki.
Allow me, my lord. Grabbing Doro by the tail, Fear releases a ki attack of his own. I'm sorry, dear child. I now return to you, your child. Anakigo holds your child, but he's not moving. Crying and giving Fear the evil eye, he says, "Don't look at me like that. He is unharmed and I did you a great favor. I sealed his godly abilities power. Being so young and half Saiyan, with such power he could cause great destruction and devastation upon the world and possibly many others. He'll be exactly like the two Fair Lady Ashu mentioned earlier." A crowd gathers around Doru. It's about time we depart. Ashu, my dear, please come here. I am so sorry. I feel horribly guilty for earlier. I was not honest with you! My name isn't really Fear Lob. Please forgive me for telling you otherwise. My name is really Fear Wafu. I despise this name, so I since changed it. But thinking of departing from Lumbar without first telling you the truth was tearing me apart.
Waffle? What kind of name is Waffle?
It's Wafu, not Waffle. See, this is why I changed my name.
Fear Lob, I would like to depart as soon as possible to return to my temple.
Of course, Osiris-sama. My dear Ashu, it's been a pleasure. May time and fate be merciful and allow us to meet again. Lombardians, a thank you. From myself and on behalf of the God of War, for the wonderful hospitality you have shown us today. I bid you all farewell.
Present time.
Oh, the fair Lady Ashu. How I'd love to see her again.
If we were to unseal his powers, can you imagine how amusing he would be? Fear Lob, let's go, now, to see the Lombardian god once again.
In the second, Dragon Ball SQ Special, we're reminded how Bardock fell to the terrible Frieza along with Planet Vegeta. With the destruction of their planet, the remaining Saiyans, Prince Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, who were away on a mission, are left homeless. Prince Vegeta, the behest of Emperor Frieza, takes Nappa and Raditz to the South Quadrant of the galaxy to scout prospective worlds for his lordship. After scouting a few planets, they come across planet Lumbar. Kaji and what appears to be a young Anakiko see him falling from the sky and vacate the area. They hide from the aliens as they exit their ship. Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta emerge. "Looks like a nice planet, eh, Vegeta?" Vegeta says perhaps, no telling till we get a better look. That's when Raditz engages a scouter and finds the native inhabitants hiding. Anakiko says maybe he didn't see us. "Shh, be quiet before they hear you." "Ha! Too late!" That's when Kaji quips, "Hey kid, it's not very polite to point at a lady's chest." Which catches the young prince off guard, embarrassing him. "Oh, quiet, fool! Do you know who you are talking to? Bow in the presence of a prince!" The Lombardians giggle as Vegeta continues. "Why you? What's so funny?" Kaji antagonizes him further by saying, "I think our visitor likes me." The ground below them begins to shake as Vegeta looks behind him. "Insulting the prince is a very big mistake, ladies." "Quiet, Nappa! I have this under control." I'm sorry. I was just trying to have a little fun is all. Just let me do the talking. As for you, I'm willing to overlook your crudeness in exchange for— Just like that, Ashu comes out of nowhere and knocks the prince out cold. Nappa and Raditz try to take her out, but she easily handles them both, even bringing Nappa to his knees with one hit. Barbarians! How dare you! Whoever you are, attacking my people is a huge mistake. Bringing all three Saiyans to the ground, Ashu looks ready for more. Wait! We mean you no harm! Ashu responds with, "So you're not just barbarians, you're liars too." But Vegeta doubles down and says he means it. They didn't come here to cause trouble. They're, prospectors. Ha ha ha! Prospectors? Who wear combat armor? Kaji chimes in and says it's true, Ashu. He reprimanded the big one for attacking us. With that, Ashu apologizes. He says, "Allow me to make it up to you. You prospectors must be hungry." Much to the satisfaction of Raditz and Nappa. "Kaji, take our visitors to the village. Get them some food and comfortable clothes." "Yes, Ashu. You three, follow me." "Play along and play nice, Nappa." "Whatever you say, Prince. It'd be faster if I take us. Just tell me which way to go." Kaji points in a direction and Nappa takes off. Raditz and Vegeta follow suit, but not before Vegeta looks back to look at Ashu. Prospectors? Nappa and the others arrive at the village in no time. Kaji, though a little bit nervous and stressed, is no worse for the wear. One of the children in the village shout, "Look, outsiders! And they have Kasana and Anakiko!" "What do you want? Why have you come here?" "Relax. We mean you no harm." That's too funny coming from you. Shut up, Nappa.
But Kaji explains to everybody that these gentlemen are our guests. Ashu has asked us to give them food and shelter, help them out, and make them feel welcome. Why should we help a bunch of ugly strangers? Especially that long-haired one. He's extra ugly. Why, that little snot! If not for that old woman, I would! That's when Vegeta apologizes for his comrade's lack of social grace, and he appreciates any hospitality they can afford. Then expanding upon his lie, saying we're prospectors and been searching for a new home for some time now, and he supposes you could say they're orphaned at the moment. Ashu also apologizes, saying that they're rather wary of outsiders, then tells them that she's the guardian of this world, and on behalf of her people, she welcomes them to stay as long as they wish. Thank you! And Akiko and a couple of the others bring him out some clothes, but they say they don't think it'll fit their tall friend. And lastly, Ashu says that she believes she promised their guests a large feast. So let's hop to it, everyone! Later that night, as Raditz and Nappa get cozy with the villagers, Vegeta sits off in the distance lamenting how he could have lost so easily to that old woman. Raditz ventures over asking if he's alright. Raditz! Huh? You and that big ogre ate all the food before I could even get seconds! Did you hear that, Nappa? Nappa? Looking back, he sees that Nappa and Kaji are gone. Apparently they left to get even more cozy with each other. And Akiko comes by to ask what they're doing hanging around here, and if Vegeta's still hungry, they can always make more. The next morning, Vegeta awakes to his scouter going off. He quickly flies away to get some privacy as he receives a call from Zarbon, who explains that Frieza is getting impatient. Friend, Zarbon! Always a pleasure!
Enough with the attitude. You're on thin ice as it is.
Going on to confirm what we all assumed, Zarbon goes on to say that Lord Frieza sent you to the South Quadrant to scout potential worlds, but your initial reports have failed to deliver in both content and punctuality. Your latest evaluation is testing Lord Frieza's patience, as well as his faith in you. Vegeta tries to argue by asking if Frieza knows that he's flying blind out here, as they have zero information on these worlds. It's not his fault if the people are weakling scum and the planet has no resources to offer, but Zarbon says regardless, we want results, no excuses. You have 24 hours to finish this evaluation and move on, and he expects a full report promptly. You expect? Since when do I take orders from you?
Since now. Now do your job.
Why you? I'm glad I decided to keep an eye on you. I figured as much. Prospectors indeed. There would be no smooth talking this time. Vegeta had been caught red-handed. In a miraculous show of mercy, Ashu allowed the three Saiyans to leave peacefully, albeit with a warning should any harm befall their world. And Akiko and Kaji took their departure hard, having come to care for them in their short time together, but time heals all wounds. As for the Saiyans, they felt it was best to keep what occurred on Planet Lumbar a secret for the sake of their reputations. Even so, they could not return to Frieza empty-handed. Planet Janesh. 5 days later, two young natives look up at the sky as three Saiyan space pods descend.